Is this the first time in your career you've had to face someone that you've trained with before?
Actually, I've trained with Patrick Cote at TriStar before. So Rory's definitely not the first. I've only sparred with Patrick one time, but I've known Rory a lot longer. And man, he's definitely the best. He's going to be the best I've faced so far. Rory is a monster. He's the best well-rounded fighter, I believe, that I've faced. And he's been rounds with the champ.
Do you feel like you're catching Rory at a good time? You mentioned the war he had with Robbie Lawler. Some people don't recover from fights like that. We've seen a guy like Junior Dos Santos have his wars with Cain Velasquez and not be the same fighter. What sort of Rory are you expecting in this fight?
You know what? I think people become better fighters after a loss. And I think I'm going to step out there in the octagon in June against the best Rory that we've seen in a few years. I really truly believe that's what's going to happen. And I want that to be true just because I want to fight the best Rory. I don't want to fight nobody who's injured or who's just not 100%. Of course, you're never 100% when you step out there. There's always some little nagging something. But still, as a fighter, and I know Rory's an honorable fighter as well, that's what I want.
And how's life changed since the win over Johny Hendricks? Very impressive. I'm sure you've gotten so much positive feedback from that one. What's it been like?
Man, it's been crazy. I know, a few weeks after that fight, I was asked to do the Asian tour. I went over to the Philippines, South Korea, did a tour there for a week, which was amazing. Never experienced anything like that before in my life, so it was a really cool experience. But you know what? When it's all said and done, came home to my small town. Right. I'm still, I am who I am, and glad to be in America. But man, Asia was awesome. The fans, the fans were crazy. And I've been to fights, and I fought in Canada before, in Toronto, and I've been to fights in Montreal watching George. There are no fans like Canadian fans. There's not. I mean, when I stepped out there and when I heard that chant, it was like it was like sitting in a car with subwoofers. Everybody going crazy. Like their hairs were standing up on my arms. So. I'm excited, man. I'm really excited to go back to Canada and fight. And not really sure where it's going to be at yet. Did he say? Was it Montreal? Was it Ottawa?
Ottawa, the capital of Canada. What do you know about
man, let's
Ottawa?
do it,
Just
baby.
right off the bat, do you know anything about it?
I don't know a whole lot, man. Probably know more about Montreal than I know Ottawa.
Yeah.
But I spent more time in Montreal. I've never been to Ottawa, so I'm really excited to experience that. And, man.
Maybe they can give you a tour of Parliament.
I hope so. That would be cool, man.
Yeah.
That would be cool.